Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind The Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Okay, goodbye with this one. Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF, Nevermind The Furthermore. Before we get into it, you know I've got to pay some bills for the thrills because I've got the chills with this weather coming on. First and foremost, we are made possible through the continual support of our good friends over at IndieCD.org. Yes, IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for the best of the brightest authors, musicians, creatives. Basically, folks, if you want to join up, if you want to make your dreams come through true as an author, an artist, if you want to get that book out there and you want a place where you'll have a safe presence online where you don't have to worry about getting zucked or musked or whatever, just because you may have offended the wrong ultra-powerful oligarch. Well, dear friends, IndieCD is just the place for you. The Independent Creator Directory is the place, guys, for small businessmen and ladies and others who want to promote their books. They want to talk to peers. It is made for creators, by creators. There is a sort of secret social media aspect building in the background where creatives can talk without necessarily having the full audience of the world paying attention to them. There's also a wonderful calendar available where you guys can find out when conventions are happening actually before they happen, which is one of the hardest things to do in this field. All the perks in the world. It does cost a one-time fee of $40, which, yes, that's a lot, but you have to invest in yourself to make money. Now, if you want to be part of this and help this program network and, frankly, your favorite, furry terrestrial manatee stay afloat, use my affiliate link. It's in the description. And you'll make money. I'll make money. Everyone will be happy. Now, let me get rid of that. We're also made possible by the sales of my books, which are currently buried under things because I have been working in here. You won't be able to see it, but I have. And there goes my pre-stacked pile. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's Hanson Heckfire. Hanson Hellfire. Why is that out? We shall discuss. Move that. Yeah, it's one of those mornings, guys. We're talking the simple sword, the fighting axe, and where is the simple spear? Did it go off and poke someone again? Ah, there it is. The simple spear. All part of my ongoing, yes, ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from so I've never held the sword to I can teach others. Um, I've been an RPG player for a long time. I've been a gamer for a long time. And as a kid, as a gamer, I I played D&D because I found a copy that had been thrown away as part of the Satanic Panic. And I immediately went home and I watched an episode of Zorro in black and white. Uh, and I went, I want to be able to do that. And years and a whole lot of advanced trauma later, I was able to learn the art of the sword. And I will tell you this as an adult, every great thing that has come in my life has been tangentially or fully attached to my swordsmanship. I'm serious. Every good thing can be tied right up to me learning how to sword fight. The martial arts can change your life, and like any art, they are for everyone. So please consider supporting those books. And if you are more interested in the game side of things, currently on Amazon, I have 2 games. The one-shot little game system I made 20 years ago, Melee, the game of tactics in the Middle Ages, and BSR, the core rulebook. This is the masterful system I built. If you love BattleTech, if you love Mech Warrior, if you love even 40K, you like pushing little minis around the field, but you don't want to spend big bucks anymore. You don't want to have to buy complex minis. And guys, let's be honest, this is the era of 3D printing. A miniature should cost you only a few cents to print if you have a 3D printer. This is that guide. Use your own minis. Learn how to blow each other up. Have a great time. In-game, YouTube, don't get cranky. These will open a new world of joy, and I have expansions coming. Yes, folks, I have a quick play version that only goes for 99 cents, and I have, guys, something coming. I am so happy. Now that I am almost done, and we're going to court right into my accountability. Friends, those of you who follow me on Facebook know I was up till about 2:30 last night. Why was I up at prime author time? Well, you see, our weather is becoming unstable, which means I get to be in pain, which means I get to be up till the wee morning hours. So I was editing and reproofreading and formatting Haints and Hellfire, the book that was supposed to be a short story in this little novel, but turned out to be a 300-page monstrosity. I love it. That is currently being reviewed. And when I say reviewed, my dear friends and family, of course, Amanda has been going through it. Trelena has been going through it using the wonder that is Google Docs and the highlight tool. And I've been, of course, going back through it to fix formatting as best I can, and try to set up a slightly more professional output than some of the other books I've done, a more traditional outlook. I have the cover art done for this. It is like no other cover I've ever done because I'm using some of my own photography. Yes, on top of all my many other hobbies, I am at least when I go out anywhere worth doing, a avid photographer, and have been for some time. So I have had the opportunity to get the perfect picture for the cover for Haints and Hellfire. So that is set up. My next task and last task really is to write up the back blurb as well as my author description, which always shifts around and gets very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. But until such time as that is done, I am letting my dear I couldn't stop them, my dear friends, Amanda and Trelena. And of course, Joey, if he ever wants to. My wife is my friend. That's really cool. I mean, being my wife trumps it, but she's my friend. That's just cool. Anyway, um, read and proofread and check for the things because I have a couple bad habits. I stutter when I write, so I'll repeat the as my mind's processing. And I stammer. I'll skip words when I write. So it means my writing sometimes in its raw form is rough. And it's funny. It's easier to put a book out than have it go through multiple readers and editors. But the way I can tell when Amanda likes what I'm reading, likes what I'm writing, is if she gets mad at me. Now, I tend to write books that have action and peril involved. Horror seems to creep into almost all my writing. It's the simple nature of it. But my beloved wife, whom I adore, will be reading, and I like to watch her read my writing because I get to watch the expressions go across her face. And she is very good at looking at people in a tone of voice. And it's delightful. Now, I do not get to witness Trelena doing this, as, distance and propriety and societal laws and all that. We live in a society. Anyway, so this blessed woman has actually been memeing her journey through Haints and Hellfire. And the thing is, between knowing when it's really good, Mandy will threaten me. And, at one point, she just looked at me as she was reading along. And she went, Nick, I just need to know one thing before I go any farther. Are you sleeping on the couch tonight? Yeah. She was mad enough about the potential of something that happened to a character that she was going to kick me out on the couch. And I'm pretty sure she would set my machine up to do it. She was hot about it. So I'm waiting to see the memes from Trelena as well. But it's a transformative thing for me to have some of the good people in my life that I have. And yes, I've known Trey. I've known of Joey. I can't remember when I actually met him. For a long time, the joke was that Joey was a cryptid because he never showed up on campus. The whole, is he real or is he her boyfriend in Canada? 20 years I've known these folks. And it still amazes me when they do kindness to me. And I was thinking about it, and I wrote a fairly lengthy piece, that lovely 2 a.m. stream of consciousness that tends to leak out of me if I'm in front of a keyboard. It is such a blessing and such a bizarre thing for somebody who's had the kind of social interactions my goofy self has had, where my stomach doesn't need to be part of this, where instead of the usual gamesmanship and manipulation and then eventual discard that most people have done, these wonderful people have risen up and stood by me when it was inconvenient, unprofitable, and dangerous to do so. That means they're honorable folks. And for all my jokes and jests, because Lord knows I straddle the line between the sacred and the profane, I do have a powerful paladin streak in me. Monstrously powerful one. But, so I respect honorable people. And these people worked around my assorted systems of how I deal with things, which is usually I love to come in, help people, get them built up, And then when they're built up, they've got good momentum, they've got the steam. I'm moving on to somebody else who needs help. I'm still there, I'm still a friend, but I'm not, central. And if you pay attention, I've done this on a few sites and a few people's things. I'm there for the basis, and I go, okay, they're going places, and then I move on because I'm a functional footstool, you know. And once they hit the point where they've got an elevator to success kind of built, or they're way up on that ladder, they don't need a little footstool like me. They got where they went, and I genuinely expected on numerous times for a couple of these people to just outgrow me, and I expect that. And they haven't. And they're still here. And they're here in the rain. And they're here when it's sunny. And the dang things, bless their hearts, who function as my social network, realize that I would rather hastily and clumsily pack my own severe wounds than inconvenience people. And I would love to say that that is some type of hyperbolic hyperbolic exaggeration, but ask Amanda about some things. And danged if they haven't just gone, oh no, we're going to help Nick out because we know he won't ask. And I still don't know what to do with that because I can't, it would be wrong. It would be rude for me to turn down. I'm like, this is generous. I don't know. And I short circuit. My brain just goes, why am I telling you all this? One, of course, to build up some of the great people. And do not think these are the only great people in my life, guys. If you look in my chat, I am surrounded by some of the best people on the planet. And I'm not being facetious here. And I'm certainly not being excessively flattering. No, I'm talking about this because you need to find your tribe. You need to find your support system, your group, your wonderful motivational people. Now, I come from a family, the Tockert clan. We fight. We fight hard. And it gets ugly sometimes. I have two brothers, and I love them dearly. That does not mean it has not gotten ugly between all of us at different points, for good, bad, or ill, but better. But at the same time, I know that if I pop a flare and say, guys, I need some help, they'll come. And likewise, they need something from me, I'll come. That's how it works. It's brotherhood. It's kind of funny sometimes, and it's kind of different, but that's how it rolls. That way of life, growing up kind of in the mix of living out in the woods and commuting into a much more urban environment for school and social networks, made us an insular lot in our own little way. And it took me a long time to find people who have that trait. But guys, it's worth it. Literally, one of the best things you can do is find a tribe. You're starting the year, and a lot of people are new authors, new writers. You want to create, you want to do things. You have to have people who will support you. That whole "it takes a village" thing is a bit of a necessity. And ironically, because of my geographic isolation and my personal issues in the last few years, health-wise and all, and the content of the last few years, I am physically, socially more isolated than I've ever been. But because of the wonder of the internet, because of things like this program, which I inherited, I was the mantle was passed upon passed down to me from the great Brian K. Morris himself, who no longer broadcasts on a fixed schedule, but broadcasts with no warning, and that just happens to happen on a Monday at 9 a.m. usually. Anyway, over on the Brian K. Morris channel, uh, hashtag always promote. But through this and through the library, I met BKM, and I found someone I can consider a mentor. And other people like Dan Holofield. If you told 90s Nick in high school, who used to actually read the Aptilian webzine before, a computer glitch fried my thing, and we didn't have search engines back then, so you had to remember sites. And shockingly, I have memory issues. So, what was that site? What's that site? What's that site? It still blows my mind. But I have these people that I can consider mentors and inspirations that are so far along the arc in ways I probably never will be, I'll be honest, that I can learn from. And I've had the privilege many times in my life, in many situations, from my youth to be the young man at the table who just has the good sense to shut up and listen to his elders. And that sounds, oh my God, does that sound like ageist, elitist, whatever. But when you have the chance, you can go sit occasionally in life, either, well, maybe not at the big kids table, but next to the big kids table. And the real deals, we're talking people like Carl Witzman, we're talking people like Brian K. Morris, we're talking people like Dan Holofield, Daphne Lage, a few others spring to mind. Nita Lanning, who's done far more than anybody wants to admit. You can sit, and if you are quite polite and you listen, you will learn so much. And if you learn to ask smart questions, thoughtful questions, respectfully, whole worlds open up to you. And the thing I didn't know until, I've joined the Order of the Gray, that the good ones, they leave that space at the table. Okay? That's something I've always tried to do as I've been learning things, is leave space at the table for the people to come up behind. It's one of the best signs of a tribe. They're not out rattling the horns, come to me, watch my web zine on, my web thing on how to become an author for only $99.99. You can send me several shipments of your soul to join this author platform pattern and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you realize if they were making as much money as authors as they say, they wouldn't have time nor energy to be doing these pay webinar things. But if you happen into the right group and the right community, your whole world will change. And when I look into the chat, which I am way behind, and I don't open the chat, guys, till I end my monologue, which this week I get to get long on. These people are amazing. I'm serious. The people in my chat are some of the most intelligent, creative, selfless, though many of them would never admit it, human beings out there. And while they won't go beating their chest about it, except Johnny Cage will beat his chest about it, but Johnny's young and pretty and insanely talented, so that's his job, is to walk around beating his chest at this point. But Most of the people out there are brilliant. I mean it, and they'll help you. I look around and I go, this is a privilege. It's an honor to be in the company I keep, doing what I do, as humble as my own efforts may be. So today, instead of giving you the hard line on develop your work, get your stuff done, nose to the grindstone, I believe in you speech, which I usually do, I want you to look around who you associate with and what they do. Are they where you want to be? Are they the kind of people who you want to be? Are they pulling you away from it? Are the people in your circle saying, no, look, dude, it's ridiculous that you're spending all your time writing. Come out to the bar. We're going to have a good time. We'll watch, whatever regional sports game or whatever, movie that's worth talking about or whatever. And this, that, and the other. And pulling you away from it's like if you're trying to be a writer, if you're trying to be an artist. They don't want to let you, if they're not letting you have the time you need to do it, you need a better tribe. You may have outgrown them. It happens. But if you look long enough, and sometimes, man, I feel like I'm wandering the woods looking for the last honest man. But you can find them. So get out there and find them. And if you're looking for the best place to get out there and find them, I talked about them before, but here's Joe to talk about it again. And then after, we'll see your chat. After I've chatted for a while, if everybody can behave, I might do some art time with Nick because it is Wednesday and I don't have to worry about stepping on the lovely Nita Lanning or Daphne Lacia's toes with their program. So, see you in a minute 20. Yeah, I can't right now. Aside from if you want to be a writer, write. The best advice I can give that I found is find your tribe. And if you're looking for good books, if you're looking for good art, if you're looking for where do I find independent stuff, going to Indie CD and just looking up authors or musicians or whatever will bring you to it. But if you're creative and you're looking for that tribe, man, is that a good place to start. So, speaking of my tribe and the folks that I actually love in my heart, which, as shriveled and black as it is, still beats. Let's go through the comments. First through the doors, Alex Creations. Good morning, Alec, my bud, my dear. How are you doing? And accountability. Back to school, working ahead. So far, it's going good. Thank you. Keep at it. Nose to the grindstone, good sir. Still bouncing off walls for the winter formal. Very excited. I hope it is everything you dream and more. I am ecstatic over the campaign, very excited for Nitsu, very scared for Garb. And why do I call him Garb? Some may ask, because that's how I heard Nick pronounce guard so many times. Ah, the joys of a self-treated speech impediment. Yes, I do say some strange things and pronounce them awkwardly, but at least you're enjoying it, Alec. And let's see. And Carl says, "Good morning, Alec. You're up early." Ha 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 ha. And Alec replies with, "Morning, Carl." Big old grin. "Yeah, I'm caffeinated." I miss those days, my friend. LOL. Accountability. Might as well start with it. Doing well on the spy novel. Back to work for me. Rock on, Carl. And hey, oh, wow, hold on. Donna sashayed in. One moment. Oh. Now, Donna, I know it's cold and blowing out there. And I know, folks, that the wind is coming and it's going to get cold and chill you to the bone. So you may just have to snuggle up with whatever keeps you warm, be it a long, strong cigar, good hot coffee, or the one you love. But we all know the rules around here, because Donna's here to make sure that we keep the mojo in the dojo, that we keep it smooth as silk. This wonderful, wicked Wednesday. With that, we're going to go back to our chat. Good morning, Donna. That's good, Carl. Donna! I love it. Chat to Carl. Donna! Everybody loves Donna. Hi, Donna. And we got greetings. And we got greetings. And we got greetings. And we got greetings. And I'm going to just fast forward through the greetings. And wait a second. Who's that slipping in? That's Dawn Lost. Now, folks, she doesn't always talk about it much. But the lovely Dawn Dulos, who is also, I consider, co-host of The Burning is Love at this point, is doing a wonderful job backing up our own Joey Be Good, is also the creator of Dawn's Fashionable Felines. Now, I did the artwork, of course, but she tells stories from her cat's perspectives, as unique as they are, over on Facebook. I hope that she keeps writing those and perhaps polishes it up into a short story or novella or something. I think it would be delightful to see something like that published. But until we do, we're just going to have to keep on trucking. And see, Carl's happy to see her. Dawn, and I didn't even have to conjure her this morning. One of these days, I'm going to have to draw Carl in the conjuring stance. We'll see. And Thesis has joined us. That's Bladed Thesis. Morning, Alec, Carl, Don, and Donna. Yeah, guys, go over to Bladed Thesis's channel and check out the Tea House. Fascinating discussion on Eastern martial arts related topics. He's a good guy. He's getting his presence going, and I want to see more eyes on him. Morning, Thesis. Hey, Thesis. Hello, Thesis. Everybody's happy to see Thesis. And accountability. I've given myself a date for finishing my ad. It's going to be done before my next stream and the 20th. I've got a little over a week and a half to film, finish my riff, and edit. Excellent! Personal accountability, deadlines. Guys, this is the jam. This is, oh, God, it's so good to hear. It's almost as good as a really good Paladin-y speech to me to hear something like that. It just, it hits my heart. Because that's dedication. That's how you get where you need to be. Man, I almost went Nick Cage there. Yeah. Full on Bruce Campbell. Bubhote. And Carl thinks that's nice. And I think I have to I'm not sure what 5 was supposed to be. Myself a deadline, otherwise it feels like I have all the time in the world. Absolutely. And Don says, accountability? I'm awake. What else do you want from me? LOL, I kid. Yeah, you better, kid, because this is not the green room. So we can't give you the proper answers for that. But so Don says, Carl. So Don made 90 days in Muncie. That means that Hawkon trip was only 90 days ago. Well, I guess we have a few months to plan the next one. Excellent. And Don says, "Hey Nick, hey Don, how you doing?" Nick, it's Nick. Hey Nick, hey there, how you doing? And Carl's dropping his like, and you should too, because every like you give me helps me fight that algorithm. And every time you share anything I do on your social media, it shares all the people I support. It's like this bizarre inverted pyramid scheme where, you know, one person does a whole bunch of work and it spreads out and spreads out, spreads out, and at the end you guys all make a lot of money. That is part of my goal in life. But to do it, I do need your support in little ways like likes and comments and shares. People need to know what's going on here so that I can talk about things. Well, you know what? Things like this. One second, guys. And you know it's got to be serious if I'm willing to type out a message that was just involved some other fun. I have a crown that decided to somehow tear and put a shard of metal straight up into my mouth. So I basically had to kind of hammer it back down so I didn't cut myself on it. Yeah, things like that happen to me. But hopefully we can get that addressed. I just don't want it to interfere with the convention that's coming up. That would be the convention that's coming up February 24th at the man, this place has so many different names, but the Purdue Extension, the Annex building in Fowler, Indiana. There will be signage. It's really easy to get to. And guys, from 10 to 10, we've got a great collection of people. Brian pranked me a little bit yesterday. Not yesterday, Monday. Talking like he forgot about the convention. He was apparently acting to mess with me, but good Lord, I took it to heart. And I was like, your vision goes black and white. Is it full-on panic attack? Yes. No, Brian K. Morris will be there. Carl said he'll be there. Some other great people are coming. We even have Luke Stone coming all the way up, which is interesting because I have never met that man face to face in all the years of knowing him and promoting his stuff and supporting him as I did. So it's fascinating to me. But Don says, don't forget to like and share. Absolutely. Don says, true accountability to work on my to-do list for Tuesday. That sounds smart. And we're joined by Foxy. How you doing, Foxy? Hey, Foxy. Great, Don. Hi, Foxy. Morning, Foxy. Yeesh, so many emails. Yes, I waves and groggily marches through emails land. I fully understand. And Johnny goes, accountability. I look fantastic this morning. 25 years and a few months streak going strong. If you have not watched a British program called Red Dwarf, please watch it, because you are the living embodiment of the philosophy of the cat. And Cat from Red Dwarf is just one of those characters, one of those icons that never leave your mind. I watched growing up. It's a hilarious series. Go watch it. It is totally worth it. But you dropping a line like that, I may have to. I'll see if I can find the link and send it to you of the exact bit that's running through my mind. And I know way down in the chat, somebody's talking about, yeah, they know the exact bit. And Don says, meds, nuts, and caffeine. Morning all set. Boat is floated, Don. Boat is floated. Anyway, we might have to figure out how to make our cards. Might have figured out. Wonderful. I'm glad that we can possibly help through the lovely chat that was going on, I believe, on Burning is Love last night, which Joe Bachman did. A great program. Let me know how that goes. I'm interested. And, oh, yeah. Hi, all. Hey, Johnny. Here's Johnny. Da 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 da. Man, that took me back. Okay. Yay, Foxy. Hiya, Johnny. We got greetings of Johnny. And another day of perfection, eh? Yep. And Johnny says, it's exhausting being so great. Man. We've got Don saying, that's awesome news, Foxy. I hope last night helped with ideas. And Foxy says, I can only imagine. And such an imagination it is. And here's Johnny. Gave us great ideas. Yes. I think I may edit my work card a wee bit more because I want a dedicated email for just artsy stuff. Yes. Don says, info overload. More caffeine needed. Caffeinate. Oh, God. A Dalek coffee maker would be so cool. That just yells, caffeinate. Oh, God. I love it. Carl goes, I like giving women ideas. You're not the only one, Carl. Because my main email gets overwhelmed at times. I've had it since like junior high. Yes. I have 2 emails. Actually, I have multiple emails. A couple I haven't had access to in a while. I have to try to fix. I'm scared to see what's on there. And it's a challenge. We're not going to talk about how many messages are sitting on my Yahoo email because most of them are drivel, but 75,000. Anyway, good idea, Foxy. Same here, Foxy. DULOSBPA at yahoo.com is the email I use for creative stuff. Just debating between Gmail and Yahoo. I do love the, to answer that, I love the Chrome environment. I love Docs. I love all the Office clones that are involved in the Google Suites, slides and all that. It's their version of the Office stuff, but it all works very nice with Gmail and everything else. I'm a big fan of that environment. That was the word I was looking for, either environment or ecosystem. But Yahoo is still solid. Don't get me wrong. I still have one there. But yeah, guys, it's great. And good morning, everyone. Happy hump day. Happy hump day to you, Chris Walker. Wow, I'm behind, guys. I've been chatting too much. Oh, by the way, Nick, those beads are arriving today. Oh my. And I know some of you are going to misinterpret this, and I'm okay with that because it amuses me. I did Yahoo and wish I'd done Gmail. Morning, Chris. Squee. Okay, then, Gmail it is. I like Gmail. I think you can set up different emails. Chris, you can. You might get to help me with that in a bit, Thesis. And Woke Breakers hailing the chat on all frequencies. Sup, Woke? Hope you're doing well. Let me know how your projects are going, sir. Foxy's waving. How's everybody doing? We are, we're keeping the the rubber side down, my friend. Keeping our stick on the ice. Hey, Woke. If anyone ends up wanting to use Google Docs, says Dawn. I love Google Docs. I'm eager to see what else she's saying. Hey, Woke. Hey, Awoke. I met zombies with more brains than I have this morning, but I'm in a fairly good... I have a similar thing going on. Stuttering, struggling to find the words, but we're making it through. And we are going to continue to make it through, okay? Things won't be perfect. We'll have distractions, but we can keep on trucking. Hey, Woke. And I like Gmail and Outlook. Okay. Outlook has a better filing system. Morning, Don and Carl. I just have this thing about Chrome because it saved my butt so many times. And having the wireless access to docs already has saved my butt multiple times. It's a good environment. And hey, Chris, and good morning, Miss Saren. I hope oh my, your icon has both developed color and is showing a bit of spine there, darling. You need to eat something. Hi, and everyone's greeting Miss Saren. Good. Or I just need to figure out how to sort better in Gmail. Also possibility. Hi, Miss Saren. Everybody's happy to see Miss Saren. And youtube.com @camouflage blah 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 /videos. That is our good dear friend Brian K. Morris's channel. Yes, I'm more homebound now than I ever been, but I've met some amazing folks in the past year. Isn't it phenomenal what can happen? Hey, Donna. Hey, Miss Sarah. Morning, Donna. We got greetings. I met Nick through the library. He's my mentor. I'm always grateful for Nick and those I've met through him. Thank you, Alec. And that's what I do. I shut up and listen after a bit. Take the information. That's the way, and it's serving you well. Dawn, amazing is a nice way to say it. That's true, but let's see. I'm glad to have met you lot. Or you could be like me, Alec. I make his life amusingly difficult in all the ways you can. Just about, yeah. Don't worry, Alec does his fair share to make things colorful on me as well. And then Hollifield's videos. Foxy says, Johnny, you're one of a kind in that as well. Alex says, I listen to my neighbor who's a veteran and he's blind and basically almost fully deaf, but he can see me walking up to his balcony. He knows it's me because of my hair, because of the shade and color. That's cool. Oh, well, it happens. IndieCD, and see, that's Don Dulas's affiliate link to IndieCD.com. Alec continues, he's in his 90s and his life is so interesting. It's something I've learned. It sounds like he misses his mom. You always do. Johnny, you should show off that pretty page you posted this morning. No, I'll let you do that for me. Good morning to everybody. And of course, Nick Tockert. Well, good morning to you, Chris Walker. And Lazy Vampire Fine. That's the link. After much nudging, uncing, and attempts to cajole and motivate, our dear friend Johnny doing some sequential art and friends. Chef's kiss. And Miss Saren is kind enough to share that, and Johnny replies with the phrase that goes out to so many of the lovely ladies in our chat. Good girl. Good morning. And Don says, Alec, listen to his stories. There's wisdom there. And Kelly Carlisle comes in. Morning, friends. I'm just dropping by to say hi. I've got to go. Lots of work and not enough time. Deadlines are approaching. Stay super creative. You do, Kelly. You are an amazing creator of the from the Paranormal Case Files of Bishop Kincaid. That book's so good. All righty, let's get back to the chat. And let's see. Well, I can tell where I am. And morning, Kelly. You are a busy bee. Hi, Kelly. Bye, Kelly. Kelly. Dancing to Joe's ad. If you don't rock out a little bit to Joe's ad, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know. It's too groovable. It's too groovable. No, too sexy. Okay. Suppose I'll drop a link to my Instagram as well, since I have a whole 3 reels up now. Rebuilding, LOL. Instagram.com/Miss Saren the Siren. Guys, I don't know the full details, but I know that Miss Saren has had to change her name over for reasons. And I may not know those reasons, but I do support them. I will say she's an old friend of the channel, and she deserves all your support. And now I'm going to have to do some interesting fan art at some point. But Grant says, hey, guys, I'm late. I was up late doing Uber. Hey, you got to make the bank when you can. And everybody's greeting Grant. 1 second. Oh. And good morning, Grant, says Dawn. Hey, Dawn. I went to a board game night last night, though. It was fun. Well, that sounds wonderful. I love a good board game night. Now I am way behind, and if I want to get to drawing anytime soon, I'm going to have to knock some stuff out. So if it seems like I'm going fast, you know why. Grant, hey, Grant, got to get your side hustle in while you can. No worries. Yeah, see, we all support that, and more greens for Grant. Bad news. Angie and I tried to fix our copy machine yesterday, and were unable to. Good news. Angie ordered a new one. We should get the coffee maker soon. Oh, the huge manatee! A broken coffee maker! Friends, keep an eye out on the sales and always have a spare. With coffee makers should be like concealed carry, having a backup. Squeeze my babies. Yes, you love your babies, don't you? What a nightmare. Yeah, Carl. I'm not gonna lie. I did get a little sad to see our coffee maker sitting on a pile of garbage cans outside. You know. Chris Walker says, a proud member of those who butcher the English language for years now. I too am. Whoa, my phone barked at me. How did? Well, yeah. Okay, I get what's going on. That is a fully muted phone, and it's still barking at me. It's tech. Tech loves me. It wants to be my friend. If our coffee maker broke, I would take off and not come back to the house without a new one. Like I said, keep an eye out for a sale. Get a box, shove it in the back somewhere in case things get dark. You never know. Don Dulas said, I would be very sad seeing that. My Keurig keeps me and a lot of others safe. Don, 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 don. Don Dulas, don. Don Dulas, don, don Dulas. Yeah, Dawn without her coffee maker is basically an unexpected mid-boss in life. One should fear her greatly. And sorry about my English too. I don't respect the language enough to learn it properly. No worries, Johnny. I certainly won't give you any grief. You were kind enough to use an anglicized, I believe that's a proper term, uh, variant of your name to make it easier on people like me. And I stutter, stammer, and make up my own words if I don't like what the English language is saying. I believe I should be able to put Lee on the end of any word and make it into an adjective. I also love to take nouns and turn them into verbs. It is okay. And Grant says, I was going to run to Target, but Angie ordered one off of Amazon before I could. I can understand that. We have a Keurig now and no pods. Well, I know you can get the little reusable pod to throw into those things. Once it's cleaned up, I might use it for hot chocolate. Hot chocolate sounds good. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say hi, Foxy. I appreciate that. We should team up, Foxy. We have a bunch of pods and no machine. Thing is, I don't drink pop coffee. We need to clean it before we use it. Nick, draw stream idea. Coffee with the Nevermorians. That would take forever. That would be like a multi-hour project, and I would need photo refs from everybody. But yes, that's something I would love to do, but almost as a dedicated art time with Nick when I'm not trying to do my own titles. And let's see. Well, you're in the clear then, Grant. Don says, I have hot cocoa pods, lol. And Alex says, I have a coffee machine Keurig and no coffee. My mom uses it for tea. Nothing wrong with tea. I have tea pods too. I have actually I have a couple electric kettles. We have a coffee maker, but we've got it taken down. It only comes out on special occasions when I'm making up some chicory coffee. That's probably most of what we will use it for. Making tea before my streams and the occasional hot chocolate. Foxy says, I like herbal type teas. All the leftovers Thesis has from stream go to me. Ooh. Thanks for the ad, Nick. Also, the sequel, Mad Gasser Cheerleader Returns, or whatever I called it. I'm going to mention this because it was funny. We were talking about the case that inspired Jaws. And Mandy got the town wrong. And because we were watching a program about sharks in the, I want to say the Ohio River. And she said Mattoon, Illinois. And my brain just kind of spat out the concept of a near Sharknado kind of incident and the Mad Gasser, and my world started to spin in my head. And I'm like, I need to just take this little fluffy bit of a plot bunny and you leave it on Carl's doorstep with, a note, please love me, and run away. Anyway, Don says, I have all the pods. Opens one side of trench coat. What do you need? Oh, my. Don Dulas is opening her trench coat. Well, Nick's Home Dentistry Clinic. I have not had to stitch myself up yet. I have done creative things with adhesives. Medically, I have had to remove things that's moderately horrific. And yeah, it's part of why that logic is why I don't get to wear a wedding ring anymore, because it got squashed on my finger. And, instead of going, I need assistance from someone, this is my toxic trait. I will bend over backwards to help anyone, but I abhor asking for help myself because it means I'm inconveniencing someone else. And that's when Mandy caught me with the chisel in my mouth. my finger on the anvil, carefully re-rounding a flattened gold ring. Angie drinks tea because she used to live in England. I prefer coffee. I'll take hot chocolate, Dawn. Ha. I will say this. I used to be an absolute caffeine fiend. I used to adore all things Mountain Dew. And life medically without caffeine has been challenging. The only time I get it is in chocolate. Uh, but yes. Alex says, "Oh my God, the trench coat." Opens my trench coat. Turns out I'm three gremlins stacked on top of each other. Let's see. Right now I have chocolate covered cherry, almond, original. Oh my gosh. Ooh, chocolate cherry, please. My winter coat is a trench. My spring fall coat is longer and basically a trench. I am not surprised. And Alec, next time I make hot chocolate, I am dropping a maraschino cherry in it. A little bit of maraschino cherry juice goes a long way. I just realized I'm old enough to be Johnny's mom. Thanks, little man. You're welcome. Sorry. I just had to choke down a very green room set of thoughts. So, okay. Ooh, Foxy's cherries are yummy. You're welcome too. I'm young enough to be a lot of y'all's kids. It's okay. These prefers strawberries. Foxy says you're a good kid, Alec. Alec, you're young enough to be my great grandkid. Blink, blink. I don't turn down strawberries. There have been so many fruits I can't eat. I truly enjoy the ones I can. Yep, grandkid Alec. Same Dawn. I could be my mom's great grandkid. She's 73, 74. I mean, technically, I'm my mom's grandkid, so interesting family dynamics. Adoptions. It happens. Foxy says, my mom was raised by her grandparents as well, Alec. Don says, I think I follow your logic. I know a few folks that I think are in the same situation. It happens. My biological mom is my mom's daughter. Then I was adopted by my mom/grandma as my bio mom couldn't take care of me. It happens. Of course, that was back when kids outside of marriage weren't done. That happens too, you know. Yes, I did follow out correct. Yep. Everybody thought my mom was my grandma. She had me when she was 36, which isn't weird now, but it was weird at the time. My wife is in the same situation, which is how through marriage I have a nephew who is 10 years older than me. A wonderful situation where has come up a couple times where I was out. Actually, it was my 30th birthday. And I was laughing at the time because I just had to repurchase Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton film, one of my favorites. One of the last films that Johnny Depp did before he forever became Captain Jack Sparrow. Anyway, we went to Denny's, and the lovely waitress at Denny's gave me the senior discount because she thought my son was my grandson and that Trey was my daughter. The reason I'm going to be so good at being an old man is apparently I've been an old man since I was about 15 years old. Probably ties to that hat I bought for my dad that he thought was not appropriate. I ended up wearing. Let's see. Chris Walker says, I shall try my best to be there in Fowler at the appointed day if reality, weather, other forces allow. Yes, I put conditional allowances on it, but I want to be realistic. Chris, you coming all the way out to this tiny little convention in like a 40 by 40 space when you run such a powerhouse as Halocon uh, is phenomenal. If you can make it, you are more than welcome. Everyone will be delighted to see you in the little podunk region of Indiana that I now call home. But we fully understand. Alex says, I have 11 siblings, Dawn, 9 of us adopted, 1 with my bio mom, 2 of my mom's own. That's neat and great, Chris. Prolific. Yes, very big. Oh, guys, please sign up for pre-launch page in my next Kickstarter, bit.ly/League of Cryptids. Yes, please. Foxy says, my mom's got 2 half-sibs, and I have 1 brother. Small family here. And Miss Saren says, well, that's one option. And the thing is, I'm not sure if she's talking about me trying to figure out custom art for her or whatever. We'll have to talk. Although I'm not as talented as Johnny. Well, not in the same direction. And Kickstarter project Grant Taskett, League of Legends. In case you need a clickable link for Grant's project. Grant, I wonder why my link wasn't clickable. I'm not sure either. Probably it didn't have the HTTPS with the bit.ly. Yes, I can be a pain in the butt when I want to be. Yes, you are. But you're okay, kiddo. Carl always has my back. Glad to assist. Thesis says, I have many aunts and uncles, cousins, and second cousins, nieces, and nephews. My family is very large on my mom's side, but I have very little contact with them. It's just how things iron out. And Donna posted on FB about a job driving Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. My dream job. Oh my gosh, I understand. Foxy says, you have a tribe. That I do. Alec, we could all be Petus. I like that. One time or another. I like that. I have not heard that, Dawn. I like that very much. Hey, girl, want to see my big hi, Xander? No, fortunately, Xander's still asleep. So, sorry, Nana. Talking about cucumbers. I was playing Dawn's part in the show in today's play. Wow. Don Dulas will be performed by Carl Witzman. Hey, Grant. Didn't see you come in. Yeah, he's a ninja that way. So I've gotten older. I realized most of my biological extended family, well, they're judgmental, selfish, blah, blah, blah. So I created my own extended family, Dawn. Sometimes it has to. Carl, you need more hair on your head for that. Wow, Dame Dawn. And hey, I totally agree, Dawn. This is my chosen family. My relatives can, well, I won't say what they can do. My family and I don't really get on, so we're low contact. Sometimes that's what happens. Johnny says, I think what Thesis wants to say is that they can go get spammed. My family's a bunch of drunken Lotharios, so we all get along. I've heard the term drunken Lothario so much in the last few days. Mostly through their choice. I have to reach out to hear anything. I understand that. But yes, Nick, I pay attention to a lot of things. I listen. I read language in the room. I know. You know what I mean with that, Nick. Yep. Hearing Nick sing, oh, Carmina using Don's name. Yeah, that was a new one for me. I'm in a mood. It happens. Oh, it feels better. Just stretched my hands and popped all the joints. Oh, that is such a great thing. With the strange storms coming through, I sound like a percussion department. That's why I'm so uncomfortable around certain people at the library, because of me listening to what they're saying and what they say to me. It's so fun. Yes. When you find your people, you know, Alec, nothing to be worried about. Oh, Foxy, popping joints are nice. I wish my back would go more often. I'm sure Thesis could probably help you out with that. I needed to post my coffee with Carl on YouTube. It was fun and informative yesterday. Yes, please do. My hands feel so much better now. They needed that. Well, I'm glad. I can get my lumbar to pop, sometimes for good, sometimes not so good. Nerve burn on lumbar next week. I'm supposed to have, they've been trying to get me in for some kind of CAT scan MRI of my spine, but, insurance doesn't, well, what have you done to work on it? Anyway, yeah, but those people that are people I'm not close to just give me not good feelings vibes toward them. And you know what? That'll happen. And that can happen anywhere. There will be some people that that it's hard for in any situation. And identifying them is good. Learning how to track their presence passively without becoming hyper vigilant is a good skill to have. And I had to phrase that very carefully. It was much more a historical fencing guild kind of conversation. But yeah, pay attention, read the room. It's a good way to not end up places you're not supposed to be. Fox says, "Oh, I know that feeling, like freezing and being like, was that a good pop or not?" Listen to that, Alec. No more ideas for me to write. I'm going to retire soon. Uh-huh. And then it was a bit hurty last at the end of the stream. I was a bit hurty. I could tell. I'm sorry. That's good, Foxy. And Foxy says, I've done some minor self-surgery when we didn't have doctor access. Nick, you are never an inconvenience. I will tell you, dear, my manifestation of imposter syndrome is rooted in the fear that everyone around me will realize that Quasimodo has come down from his bells and it's going to get real spicy real fast, because I've had that happen too many times. It's, if I were honest in my perception of my place in the universe, I am certain that a great many people would be very annoyed. But we do what we can. Dawn and Hugs Dawn. I think that's a Hugs Dawn. Nick, you would love my winter coat. It's a nice shade of darker green. It's longer. Also a masculine coat looking. I like it a lot. I'm sure I would. Alec has seen my my favorite hoodie, my green quasi. I don't even know. It's a near knee length hoodie on me, and I adore the thing, even if the zipper's busted. Creative things with adhesive sounds like a writing prompt. Yeah, basically. Creative things with adhesive sounds like a green room adventure. Creative things with adhesive sounds like a green room comment. Wow. Foxy, says my mom was 28 when I was born. Yep, Thesis, it does. Thesis, yeah, I inspire the green room quite a bit. Great minds. Thesis spends a lot of time in the gutter. I have to sometimes, from the sludge that I have been known to live in, put my periscope up to see into the gutter. We say DMTA, or Dirty Minds Think Alike. I live there. Sup, nerds and others? Sup, Dr. Crow? Morning, Crow. Morning, everyone, especially COC. Hey, Crow. I have a great COC in the works, and I'm going to put it that way. That's creator-owned comics, that is. We're all differently talented. Yes, we are. Donna says, Alec, I'm adopted. My biosis found me last April. I'm one of 10, with 9 fathers, none of them the husband to whom she was married at the time. My bio mom got around. No judgment. Wrong COC, Johnny. It was about your idea of eating, so my PFP's spine wouldn't show. Okay, yes. That makes sense. Hello. That was like, you're so skinny, you're wasting away. My grandfather energy fires up, and I'm like, let me make you a hearty stew. It has dumplings. Hello, Matthew Craig. Unless you want to join the cult of Chris, Johnny. Hello. Hey, Matthew. And Johnny was going to say he has his own cult. I have my own cult, Don, with blackjack and hookers. Driving an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, I think that might be an overdose on innuendo. And hi, Matt. Hey, Matthew, by chance, was it that your book that I happened to come across in a giveaway? Oh. And Don says, and I'm sorry, Dr. Crow's Carnival says, hi, Saren. Hi, Delos. Wait, what giveaway? I'm fine, Crow. How are you? It was a list of books authors were a list of a bunch of authors offering free books. Hey, was it Beacon, the hero of the Heartland? Ooh. Turning Kindle on now. I read a room once. Doc's like, never again. Reading the room is also good in the world of cons and anything like it where there are lots of people. Yes. NDCD.com may be interesting because it's going to be a lot of creatives in a very conservative area, but we even have some conservative creatives. It will be an interesting lot. Hi, Carl. Last month, maybe. And Miss Saren, fine. I'm going to my first workout this year later today. I'm going with my little brother. Rock on. Yes, Beacon, the hero of the Heartland. I grabbed it because your name was familiar. I wanted to ask about next time I popped in. Donna says, quack! It's 10:15. I have to get ready for my lunch date with my bestie. See everyone Friday later. Bye! Well, Donna, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. Have a great day, Donna. What side did you get it on? See it? It would have came in an email link with a bunch of free books. Sure it was, Johnny. Because I don't think Amazon let me give it away. I don't know. Nearly had him. I guess that means I'm going to get cat lunch ready. Everyone have a great day. Any comments, Saren? If I remember, it was probably book funnel later. We've got folks leaving. That's okay because I'm late getting to the drawing portion of the show. None I can share publicly, Johnny. And Johnny once again drops the line, good girl. I am going to be heading out to work on school and work on art. Talk later, all. And we're all glad. Hate to see you go out, but you get your stuff done. That's the right thing. I use Story Origin. Bye, Alec. This is Matthew. And looks like Story Origin was the email the book funnel was sent from. Cool. I have to go pick up Angie from work. See you, boners. Bye. Wish I could work out. Football punt. Took my shoulder out of socket, but my boots had bladed studs, and I want revenge. Whoo! That is not fun. Wow. That is not fun. I had a client take my shoulder out of socket. Then I had to put it back. Those were not fun days. Bye. You take that. Take care of that. Having a shoulder that does that frequently, I sympathize. Saren, you made the poor man stutter. You should be proud of yourself, Saren. I like, as I stutter some more, I like the freedom your new persona gives you. Now, I know, I'm sorry, Nick. It's okay. That just means we're all having fun. I am going to run a commercial, and then I'm going to use that time to switch things over to for art mode. Okay? So let's see. I haven't seen Cindy Koepp in the chat, so I can run one of Bonzer's ads. So I'm going to run Bonzer's ad, and I'm going to get things set up.
Greetings, fellow traveler. I am Dankard Lexicon. You're either here because somebody directed you here, or because of the strange currents inside the algorithm. In either case, welcome to Radio Retro Future, where we talk about steampunk and other forms of retrofuturism in pop culture. What is steampunk? Well, I'm glad you asked. Steampunk is a combination of science fiction and alternate history, wrapped in a delicious dough of Victorian pulp fiction and modern-day pop culture tropes. You still want to know more? Go check out our ongoing Steampunk Beginner's Guide, the series which explores the genre, aesthetic and culture. Or you can check out the community's musicians, inner teledrama, steampunk music for Fallout. Yes, a actual steampunk-themed radio station for the game Fallout 4 that is part of the mod Old World Radio 2. Or you can check out the Radio Retro Future podcast, where we have interviews with writers and other types of creators within the international community. On our second channel, the Retro Future Research Foundation, on the other hand, we have story videos like Tales of the SCP Foundation, readings of Lovecraft and related writers, lore explanation, and hopefully our very own narrated series of our original short stories called The Association of Ishtar. If you can't wait for the narrations, you can read The Association of Ishtar by following the link down below. That is what we do in a nutshell, and if you want to get involved, join our Discord community where stuff happens. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you adieu, and as always, make things your way.
All right, folks, we are set up to do some art. As per the norm, I will be, getting out of the way so that you can see the full screen just a bit better. And you guys don't need the little navigator part. So let me pull this back because I have to be closer to the mic, which means adjusting everything. And let's check the chat real quick before I get hopping and popping on this. By Graf, don't be, it's a skill. Bye, Donna. Bon appetit. Need to get an ad made at some point. Yes, you do, good sir. The best way to keep it is around 30 seconds by Carl. They are good, and we are working on theses later too. I just had an idea, and things kind of snowball from there. Ads are good. Yes, please, because I want to promote you guys. Now, while I'm doing this, I need a bit of a jam. And I don't have access on this format to more music, so we're going to keep it with the ducks. Alrighty. If that doesn't sound too bad for you guys, I will get on that. And we've got, let's see. Bye, Carl. Okay. Just have an idea. And Naughty Bracers, my draw stream request. We'll talk about it. But first, let's warm up. And I like to warm up a little bit Bob Rossian. It just kind of gets the things flowing. I will verify so you guys can see. Time lapse, it is recording. I didn't forget this time. And we're going to open up our airbrush. And we got to decide what kind of day I'm feeling it. Let's go red with it, at least for a start. That is way too small an airbrush. Yes, I'm here we go. I changed my cursor. So it's actually much larger now. It's a little easier for me to see, but it does, have consequences of taking up a bit more room. You should walk by the food. That's just. Ooh, I have to be careful because this just hit a very Timverse button, and I don't know if I want to go that way or not. I usually stick to more natural settings than that. So, but boy, did it just sort of bring the skies over Gotham. But let's get this down. And again, as usual, we're cutting across. I think I want a bigger yet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boom. You want to smooth things out? Beast out with a 250 point airbrush. A real light pressure. That gives us a good sweep. That's good stuff. That's juicy stuff right there. Now we're back to another normal layer. We are going to cut over to our brush thick oil paint, and that is down at a 10. We're going to pop that to a 20. And we need a color. I may play with the sky a bit more. It looks, I don't know, but so let's go with the brown. We'll just cut this in and just see what it's making me feel. That's one thing I love. I don't often know what I'm drawing when I do landscapes. They tend to sort of evolve a bit. That's kind of funny because I feel like I'm doing multiple layers on one, which I don't normally do. But a lot of art, guys, is what you feel. And let's see. Maybe a purple puppy on another one, just because that sounds cute. I do like purple puppies. And don't forget to turn on the time lapse. Thank you. I did get that this time. Okay, so we'll just throw this lineage in. Got some Mount St. Helens energy over here, which is really weird because I swear I remember the eruption, but I can't remember the eruption because I was born a couple years after it happened. But I think it was just talked about on the news so often, and I'm just kind of penciling in some flow just to give myself a nice random kind of hunk to it. Now we're going to switch our colors out, and we're going to go probably a dark gray. Yeah, that's going to be good. And you can already see, one thing I love about the thick paintbrush, it's tangible. I mean, the texture on it makes me feel like I am leaving a beefy hunk of paint on the canvas. And I'm thinking also, if I can get my work done in the near future, I may set up and do some just old-fashioned traditional art, because it's been a while and I'm really kind of in the mood to break out either my paints or my oil markers. So this is already starting to have a slightly more cartoonish look to it than what I normally do on the show, and I'm okay with that. It's a nice jam. I'm going to lose some lines as I do stuff, and there's obviously going to be some holidays I have to take care of. Oh, here's a good bit of vocabulary for those of you who don't know. And I'm not sure where it came from, but it's something my dad used. Holidays are what you call spots that you miss when you are painting. See, I used to spend a lot of time painting Rust-Oleum on our whole truck. And I'm still very, very familiar with the sight, texture, smell, and feel of Rust-Oleum. I think they call it color match now paint. Well, that wasn't the color I wanted. I grabbed the wrong color. There we go. And we're just getting there. Remember, you always, when you're thinking in amount of drawing or painting a mountain, please remember, folks, that mountains are not stationary. I know it seems like they are, but the best thing in the world you can do is focus on the flow, because forces of wind and erosion are always moving where a mountain is and what a mountain represents. You know, the shape, the energy. We live in time and place where there are things we can witness that we do not have the capacity to truly appreciate the grandeur of. The Appalachian Mountains have existed since Pangea, okay? They predate both bone as an evolutionary concept and the rings of Saturn. Let's see. Very Southwest feeling. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. Be fun watching you struggle to find a place to put the red text on this one. Or you could make it like a gradient, like Joe's, or another bright color. I don't know, I'm partial to the gradient. I just realized something. There we go. That was almost problematic. The classic forgot to slide the canvas over while it painted. I've never these done. Man, my Mark Kistler showing. Apparently they're going to do a movie about Mark Kistler, a biopic. I think that's very cool because not enough people now understand who he was and how pivotal he was. Okay, we got that. Oh, hide that. You can't see it, but I had a piece blocking. Now, what do I want to do over here? This normally would be on a different layer, but it's here, so I'll just the exact same color. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll just do this. That will look very boring if I do it that way. I know. That's just me arguing with myself. I'm sure Carl's having fun with that. He is talking to himself and replying. Scratch, scratch, scratches into his notepad. Here we see the broken ego of the lost man. What are your problems, sir? Why do you think that is? There will be much discussion. Anyway, so we've got this going on. Very backgroundy, but I kind of like the almost cartoony thickness to it. Give me just a second to... There we go. My zoom out tool. My tablet has so many functions that I just forget to use. Okay, let's add another layer, and we'll just work on building up this part. And see, yeah, it does. It feels... It feels Southwest. It's been a long time since I've been out there. There are places in this world I am drawn to, and at the same time, I'm almost afraid to go because a part of me is way too interested in going there. And I've been through. Oops, that's way too bright. The Badlands in Colorado, I think. And South Dakota, somewhere in that region. And I've seen a lot of different colors. This one I'll probably have to hit with the blur. I don't know. And strange shapes. And there's just a mojo out there. I find it interesting. We almost, as a family, moved to Albuquerque at one point in my life. And it's probably better that we didn't, but it does, always give me the I wonder what would have happened to things. And I wonder such things a lot. So we've got this kind of painted desert energy going. I'm going to come back here and just do a bit of this. Yeah, I like that. It adds a bit of color and mystique to the overall blooming image. Get some of these holidays again. Let me see. Badlands are to south of North Dakota. And see, let's see. I need to come over here. Just put red on red. Embrace the chaos. Wow! Miss Saren! Thesis, you're a bad influence. And now I have Welcome to the Chaos playing in my head. Those are the rules, Thesis. You know them. And so do I. Dry as ever. Badlands Center, North and South Dakota. See, I've been all over this area, and I lose track of where things are. We live on the edge of the desert in central Utah. Utah is a fascinating place. Let's see, we have this. I have another normal layer for a second. And I'm about to attempt something I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. Color gets fixed after form. That got a little tasty. Yes, folks, I'm doing one of the most dangerous things an artist can do. I am attempting to draw a horse from memory. That's a little wrong, but we can work on that. Sorry, I got a little serious there, so I got quiet. Yeah, it's a horsey. I thought it needed a horse. The scene is very, very Western. See, I didn't quite get to have my plans go as I would have. For New Year's. So because of that, I didn't get to watch my spaghetti westerns. And now I think I'm in a little bit of withdrawal. But New Year's was only 10 days away, so I may just decide that today is going to be a spaghetti western day. If I can get my work done. And I have that's what's wrong. There we go. I have a lot of work to do. Okay. That's not bad. And that is really not bad. And I am sorry, when I'm really working on painting a form that I haven't studied, or the secret and the right way to do this is to use reference. And I could, but I do like to challenge myself a bit. And this one will probably annoy my beloved wife greatly when she sees this image, because it's horse. She loves horses. Just like that. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a rider on it or just leave the horse out by itself. Everything's a little flat though. It's gonna need. I need something. I have to think about that. It just needs something. Yeah, this isn't my usual painting style. I'm just kind of having fun with it. I can ride a horse. I can do some basic care for them. But while I'm not exactly scared of them, I also have a lot of respect. And let's see. Make it a paint horse. Covers. I like that because, hold on, let me just bring this. Make it a paint horse because it, it covers a lot of sins and line work. But I've kind of got this texture vibe going. Of course you are. Now that's something you should break down. Some of the great stories of Chinese history. Like, was it not General Liu? I don't think that's his name. The one who was being invaded in a town where everyone was too cowardly, and they were being invaded, and because all his men ran off, and he was the only one there. He climbed up while he was waiting for the enemy army to get there on the gate, and he just sat there playing his lute or some kind of musical instrument. And I know that's not the right term because it's a Chinese musical instrument. I want to mess with the sky a bit. So give me a second. But because I need to do something with this composition, or else it won't work. It'll drive me bonkers. Probably that's too big. It's too big. There we go. And that's the great thing about digital art is you can hop between layers and do truly shady things like this and make the sky a little more interesting. I think that's a good one. I'm serious. This is coming out interesting. I don't normally say that. I'm usually harder on my hands. That's not bad. That suddenly starts to give us something to work with. It's a little, I don't know. I don't know where my mind went with this. It's totally different than my usual art style. Heavy and honking, and I kind of adore it. So we'll just deal with this right here. And I need to go to. Wow, it's always fun when I haven't. God, I love. Look at the canvas lines that this paint brush gives. Just so good. You can always tell when I really like something I've done because I get really shy about where I want to put my signature. But let's see. Probably. Darren, why are you trying to make it, honey? Giga Gamer, what are you waffling about? Waffles. Oh, right now I am just doing the thumbnail art for next week's videos, and I always do it in a format where people get to see, and we can call that. And file, save as. Oh, what's that? Is that a preview of the Haints and Hellfire cover that you get to see? Oh no, not that. None of you are squinting at your screen going, what is that? Desert Horse. Good name. Solid name. Bam. There we go. Export. Ping. Desert Horse. Okay. Yes, I like that. I will export this as time lapse. Export time lapse. I'm glad I got this one because I painted a horse. That's something you can't find on Drawfee. Oh boy. We'll go art time lapse, and this will go into my art time lapse folder. So we have that, and that just leaves going here, Me of little faith. This. We are going to shrink it to a suitable size. We are going to move it right here. Okay. Look down so it's locked in. And file. For a single layer. Ping. Okay, let me look at something real quick. You guys can't see this, but this is just me checking the dates. Wow. Oh, okay. I have to skip. Okay, so this will be the 17th. I will be skipping the Monday for the dental appointment. So oops, not alt. Don't do alt. Here we are. Do this. NTF 11724. And we will save that, and I will be put in for that. Okay. And then I'll need to do one more and I'll be done. So, well done with this part anyway. New one. Oh, don't save. I don't need the lettering. Alrighty. We had an assorted number of requests coming about. And excuse me, Johnny. Excuse you, Johnny. That was an entirely innocent comment. Thank you very much. But you never make those. Yeah, Johnny, you calling her out like that? I don't make innuendos about unicorns. Some things are sacred. Chai says, because I'm a man of justice, Mr. Crowman. You've obviously never been to the dark side of the internet, Saren. Nothing is sacred there. Rule 34. Wow, we're just dropping hard. I've exactly noted. Guys, on the topic that Johnny is referencing, I believe. Oh, a thesis is referencing. Go watch Daphne Leish's channel. And in fact, I'm going to run a commercial that will include Daphne Leish's channel so I can have something to drink before the next image. And if you pay attention to her work, you will find the answer to your question. Yes, folks, our dear friends over at the Indie Comics Network put out a lot of amazing content. Much of it is of an adult nature. And Daphne Leish's current long-term project, Eagle Raven, Heir of the Last Unicorn, may have something for everyone if it's not in its content as side content, because I do provide information. Now, let's see. Johnny is a man of justice. Let's see. Unicorn. Well, Saren, looks like can't defend you from a man of justice. Me either. I mean, we found German. Yes, well, we're going to skip that. My Little Pony exists. No real unicorns were harmed in the making of these videos. Sally, no, it wasn't a joke. I was just making, we really did find it. Oh, I'm aware that okay, Crow, I've already accepted my fate. Indeed it does. Alec left and we all stopped trying to behave. I'm so sorry, Nick. We are so bad, but it feels so good to behave. Yes, please, because we do have minors on who both watch this program and may be present, because when my son is awake, I have to keep things appropriate. When the one minor here is highly encouraged, yes. So let me get my music back on because I can't run an ad and listen to that. Now, I had a couple of requests, but there was something about the bracers. And Dawn, let's stick with the Zero Pen. So Dawn requests something with the bracers. So let's see just what I can do. It's been a while since I've done the kind of anatomy I'm working on. I think I'm gonna have to move this whole picture up. Yep, I'm gonna have to move this whole picture up. That's wrong. That's okay. Ain't problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this whole picture up. Hold on. Let's go rotate. Okay. I need the transform. Okay. Huh. Okay, let's do this, make it much higher. Okay. What's left? Oh, geez, look, I need to get my tool back. There we go. Oh, I'm missing some comments. Give me a second. We try, but sometimes we fail. That's the nature of life. Here. The things I do for my audience. Yes, I have chain pens. I could use a chain pen, but I tried not to use those if I could avoid it. Okay. So, hey Luke, good to see you in the chat. Like I said on my stream, it's a concerted effort, but sometimes it's I'm just getting some practice in for my Friday show, and Luke Stone will be at IndieCD.com, the Independent Creator Convention in Fowler, Indiana, February 24th. He'll have some great stuff for hybrids. He'll have some great stuff probably from Tetch to Starcross. I'm going to just beef this guy up just a bit. Again, I'm doing this without reference or setup, so it happens, but the request was the bracers found, essentially. I believe the phrasing was naughty bracers. So we're going to just do this like so. And we're just trucking along. I'll figure out his guards later, but let's go here. Let's get black into it. And yeah, guys, we just got to keep drawing and keep creating. That's what we do. Just get in here and grab hold. I kind of have the old school Conan, it's, crushing people is good, turn wheel is good kind of almost energy here, but this guy's a little darker. Which it's easy to envision dark, stoic, strong characters because, Henry Cavill exists. And it's been a long time since I've done, a big, almost comic book proportioned guy. I need to do my anatomy studies more. I have gotten rusty because I've been doing so many landscapes. But we can always, practice and get better. That's what these things are for. And by having eyebrows to think about here. up there. But yeah, we're gonna zoom in and try to fix that mess of a face I'm working on here. And yeah, this should probably be the last formal, because I only have two. As I was saying, I told you guys that message I got was to actually address the minor dental problem I'm having. And so next Monday, I will have to get up very early and go to the dentist, which is not something I really care to do, because I know when I go, they're not going to do much other than probably look at it and schedule a return visit. But it's necessary because I don't want to risk having dental problems at the convention. And yeah, I might not be inclined to heavily take care of myself too much for my own good, but the risk of ruining the convention, I can't do that. So for you guys, I will go to the dentist. Now, few people hate the dentist as much as I do, because actually in the process of another root canal, they ran out of painkiller on me. So I just had to endure being drilled on with absolutely no anesthetic, and sit still because they were drilling on me. So my views on dentistry is I have to go. It will be unpleasant. I have to think of a reward that is worthy of me dealing with the horrors that involve dentistry, besides, the simple fact of, hey, it needs done. But, oh, hello, Caroline, and what's the day of the convention? Right there. And I'll leave that up for a bit. Indie Creator Con, Fowler, Indiana, February 24th, 10 till 10, open to the public. Now, I know some people may have to duck out towards the end of that, but we are going to work on it. Let me get back over where I'm supposed to be and reframe that so I'm not working around, and we'll zoom in a little bit. I don't like to zoom in too much. I should zoom in far more than I do, but yes, I'm putting a lot of work into this, the details on this, because Dawn made a request in reference to a discussion that happened on Burning This Love about how bracers could be modified as restraints for assorted reasons. In this case, they are holding down, theoretically, or, impeding the abilities of a very large, burly type of fellow. Well, moderately large. So, I'm just going to crank him out, and then we'll figure out why he's bound and all that later. Next, we need to at least add a couple of these. Like a slope. Because these straps have to be where the prisoner cannot easily access them. Should work, yeah. It's not 0.4 point, but it's close. And again, for just a thumbnail, this is not bad. And it gives me time to practice. Oh, more content. Let's see. Ouch. Ice cream? Ice cream could be good. That's similar enough to handcuffs to make me happy. Caroline, where have you been hiding, girl? Don't know, but I'm glad to see you in the chat. And I'm sorry if I get a little quiet when I'm focused. We'll work a little bit on his hand. They're not really going to be seeing much for anything. We need the chest details because he is muscles are being bound together. I'm trying to remember my anatomy. I'm sure Luke is laughing at me, but that's okay. I'm just rusty. Okay, now. How are you guys doing though? Any of you have fun projects going on? Let's see. What else do we need to do with this guy? That's not bad. I mean, I can tell by my art style I've been watching too many Dragon Ball Z. Actually, Dragon Ball like GT clips. But that's okay too. I can't really be mad about a little bit of sane influence coming up in places I don't expect. As I check, I'll do some black work to darken some things out. There we go. Just play with the shadows a bit, play with the lines. This. Do this. Apply the pants. Wow, this is okay. Let's hide the blues and see what we got. I can work with this, and I'm just using the Zero pen because, frankly, I'm obsessed with the Zero pen. And let's see. Caroline says, "Hey Johnny, I've been dealing with stuff. I'm back now. Well, we're glad you're back. Stuff isn't fun. Stuff's not fun. Looks good, Nick. I like the bracer design. Thank you. I've made similar bracers in my time when I was doing custom leather work. I did a lot of things, when I was with the society that are odd skill sets that transfer over to all sorts of other social groups, specialized interests. But just give him some cheekbones. Hands cracking a little bit. But, today's been a day where I'm way off my usual art pattern. I think it's acceptable. Oh, I know. Hey, Alex gone, right? I know what to do. I know what to do. My key looks kind of familiar. Oh no, it's her beloved Garb, and he's been captured. Whatever shall I do? Now, Nick, why are you doing cross-hatching? You almost never do cross-hatching. Well, let me explain something, dear friends. Luke Stone is in the chat, or at least he was. And if Luke Stone is around, the world demands cross-hatching. It's just something that happens. So now I'm playing with it. And that's a great thing about having projects like these thumbnails. It lets me do things like this, where I can just play with some of the techniques. Oh, but if he's been captured this bad, we need to add some battle damage here. There's some scarring. Gotta have some scarring. Make an interesting character. Now, what is happening to him? I would never, ever torture an NPC for the sole purpose of getting drama out of my players. I mean, that would be terrible. Putting an NPC they care about into damage? Oh, Luke's drawing with me too. That's awesome. Brother, I can teach you a neat trick with a belt if you need your things. We'll have to talk, because I know all sorts of tricks. Belts. And joke's on you, my NPC's into that. Oh, you guys are having too much fun with this. Okay, let's add another layer real quick. I like to do my shading before I do my colors, because then I get really neat. That's the 30%. I think that's the 30%. And it should be about 20. And this is where we go. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to record the time lapse. This was a good one. Oh well. We'll save what we can. Just gonna play with the shading. Now, I don't know if this one's going to need color, because I do kind of like the grayscale version. But as long as I save it, it's a option. I can always just cut out any color layers I have. And what I'm doing right now is largely Luke Stone's fault. I have to give him credit. And yes, you remind me on one, but I got talking. It used to do it automatic, and I need to check my settings to see if I can get Clip Studio to just automatically do that again. Let's see. Do I like that? That's got to be dark. Good part of his hand has to be dark. Okay, so let's add another layer. Blend mode, multiply. It'll be a coloring one. There we go. And yes, a lot of times it would be faster to use the fill tool, but I do sometimes like just the joy of coloring in. Oh, you colored his eyes. Yes, I Scooby-Doo it in my flats, because it makes it a sizable bit easier. And I have to come back and mess with the eyes later anyway. So, I'm not afraid to Scooby-Doo it for a little bit. I just don't want to leave it like that. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm going to have to play with his tones a bit, but for just basic flatting, this is not bad at all. I may darken him. Well, he's LV too, so they tend to be a pale lot. There we go. And we need kind of scrunchy looking brown. Well, that's a good scrunchy looking brown. I like that. That's about the right color. Go here. We're just trucking along. No big. I'm not too worried. Oh wow. That's nice. That's nice. Pants are going to be a darker brown. Yeah, perfect. You barely see them. So I want to save the really rich browns for the bracers. So we'll do this as a nice kind of flat layer. And then I'll play with everything again. We'll do some lighting. We'll have some fun. Because I only have two. So what's this? You're not supposed to torment the NPC for drama or story. You do it because it's funny. Why didn't you listen to Foxy Man? Scooby-Doo it! I'm smart. I just derped. I derped, therefore I am. But I only have 2 videos. Now, depending on how Monday goes, that being next Monday, I may, if I'm not, heavily dosed with whatever, or exhausted from getting up at the ungodly early hour. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to need his hair. His hair, because he is all elfy, should be something along these lines, because he's very summery half elf. Do this. Oh, there we go. There we go. There. Now I'm going to take white. And I know there are, you can see the holidays too, but that's okay. I'm going to zoom right in. 12, so I have a little more control. And paint his eyes white instead of race. Why? Why, dear friends? Because if I don't paint his eyes, I can't remember what color his eyes are, so we're just going to make them blue to pop. And we'll make them like the magic blue because that can imply that something else is going on. Woo! Anyway. Now I'm going to come over here and I have a very nice, this is my preferred gold brass color because I can come back when I play fighting things. And I am painfully aware of all the holidays that I've been. But a little scrunchy goes a long way. Go. Now, I want to actually darken. Make it that. That's the color I want to darken this just a bit. I want the straps to stand out more because these are literally what the prompt was requesting. And guys, thank you for giving me prompts and not doing something shenaniganry with the horrors that are AI. You know? I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to work with me, and at least you get real human interaction. So I do appreciate it. There you go. Just work my way back up the picture real quick, cleaning up just a bit. I'll still miss a few, but and he is a little scratchy. He's a little rugged. I don't know, but he's been through it. I mean, this whole town was basically sat on by a giant bone dragon. I'm pretty sure he's the last guard out holding the line for the others. Well, him and probably Lord Sterling. Maybe Cal. But he's the one that this set of players care about, so that's the one that they get to see. Oh, Alec is going to just be heartbroken. You miss me drawing Garb and bat, in danger? Garb and peril? Oops, I see a little bit that I missed there. And there. Let's add another layer so I can play with lighting. Do I want multiply or do I want... So multiple goes. I want to check something. Sometimes the only way you're going to know things is by checking it. Yeah, it won't do that. I'd have to go to the tone layer. Okay. So I'm just going to have to use basic color for this, which is fun. It has to be multiplied. And that means I'm using the darker button. Okay, cool. Okay. How do I want to do this? Oh. But, yep. Okay. Those thumps mean the garbage can should be there. I like how that looks. Now, I need a very pale yellow for some of the light effects. There we are. And we can pan out real quick and see, do we want to give him... Yeah, we do. We do. We want to give him... I'm just playing, because that's what we do. We play. It's art. Remember, art should always be entertaining, be fun, and you're going to work on it as a craft. Don't get me wrong on that. But it doesn't mean you can't have fun doing it. That would negate the purpose. If I wanted to just do a mechanical thing, I could do mechanical drafting, I could do business stuff. I mean, I am a CEO now. You need to really think about such things. But what we're getting is a fairly reasonable... Yeah, do it like that. Take on a picture. We like that. And you are smart, guys. You are doing very well. But per request, the bracers are basically done. And this is just kind of mind blowing. So let's see. We need to take the blue layer away. We need to delete that. Yes, because I don't want to deal with that. We need to probably grab our fill tool, refer to other layers. And we're going to add a gray. Oh, wrong layer. Like that. Thus making it a little more pressing and a little easier on the eyes. And now I can have a bit of fun just cutting in some shapes behind it. Yeah, let's just do it like this. We're just going to do this. See, I thought I said. Come down from scaling a little bit lighter and make sure in the background. Let's make sure it's as closed as possible. Oh, like your old art teachers. Close your lines. Do that. You know that art is being held somewhere underground. Now we're going to grab our handy dandy bucket tool. See, didn't close my lines. My black, my brush back. There we go. And yes, you can change your tolerances for how well it does this. But there we go. And yes, it does lighten the lines a little bit. But it means that I can come back here with my brush. No, not my brush, please. And my black. Yes. And come back and can easily re-darken and kind of remove these lines a bit. There we go. Here. Like that. And come here and we'll do the wrong line. Well, not wrong line, but wrong. Yep. Broken lines, guys. Broken lines. No, another neat trick if you're in a hurry. Just patch the part you're going to do. You want to keep a broken line. There we go. Boom. Now we have some artifacts going on. Pen. From the way it swallows the ink into the stroke pattern of the actual brush. We come back and we just darken it back up a bit. And I think I may have gotten the color pattern off just a bit. Because I think if I went, well, let's see. Yep. Oh, let's see, I lost the lines again. That's okay. Oh, let's go back. There we go. Let me thicken the lines up. Every time I play with it, I have to always come back. I want to keep these lines thick and re-thicken them. This is why I'm not the biggest fan of the fill tool for efficiency. Because when you're doing a bunch of layers and stuff, it's not always efficiency. Oh, goodbye, Crow. Sorry I didn't see you going out. Yeah, you can please always drop your links. That's why I give you guys moderator power. I want to promote you guys. But fix like I want to fix again. So now we take our line, go back here, buttons back up. It's going to get thinned out. I'm not too worried about this part getting thinned out because this part is supposed to be done. Now to get that thick line, I'm just hammering the pressure. And normally I wouldn't, but like I said, I'm trying to clean something out. We go here, and we go. I did it right. Cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That lower. It's technically a gradient. You put the lines on another layer, look, like that. I know some people don't like the million layer workflow. That's true. That is true. And like I said, I should have done that. I just keep. I don't know. Honestly, I'm liking the practice this is forcing me to do. So I don't mind too much. There we go. And And now I think I'm about done with that part. Just stop grabbing that line. Now we're gonna go here or here. We'll just add some texturing lines. Not quite true hatching, but you know, we can do that. Throw that in there too. Makes it a little more interesting to look at. I like to use multiple forms of shading. I don't like to just stick to one because it gives me different textures. Things happen when I start getting a little tired, a little punchy, and I'm definitely a little punchy on this one. I lost a little bit of line quality on his arms too. Not bad though. Nothing that I can't readily repair. There we go. Yeah, I have some bad habits because for a long time, the only digital programs I reliably had were like, if you have 5 layers, that's, you know, generous. The, you know, quasi knockoff things that were floating around. But now we're starting to get a little bit all the way over here. Oh, is that where I want? Yeah, that's fine. New layer, multiply. Go into my marker. Go into what gray do I want to go to? I need a light gray, very light. Yep. Because I want to add depth without losing the distinction. So we're just going to color this in real quick, and that'll give it a little bit more notoriety, a little bit more visibility, maybe? I don't know. This is too small a brush. Let's get this done. There we go. That's a nice 30. Do that. I can do here. Manually get it in. I like to play with grayscale. You can do a lot of things with gradients and grayscale. And yes, I did say something positive about gradients. I do say white text over a yellow background is a crime against art and nature. Just for sheer, dear Lord, you can't read that. Vector. And that is a hill I will happily die on. Do this like this. And we are just popping and popping. I think that's a neat image. And yeah, GIMP was great. Let me see. Let's see. Awesome. Go check out my Kofi. What's your coffee? Upload Smoke and Mirrors webcomic. I have a free 6-page All-American Red Squirrel comic, a free 1-page All-American Red Squirrel comic. At that link. You know I love to give you guys free stuff. I use GIMP a bit. GIMP was good. It just has its things. I tend to end up using around 5 layers most of the time. Me too. I use a bunch on stuff for other people to make corrections easier. That makes sense too. But I mean, for again, I mean, not terribly serious work. This was fun, and I think I'm just going to leave it scraggly like this because I'm enjoying the scraggliness of it all. I'm going to zoom in inside it. And just to mess with our dear, dear friend, Alec, I will title this. I know I'm titling this. Zoom back on this one. Save it. We'll say file. Save as. Garb. In. Peril. Oh. That's terrible. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Let's see. Was the real Mad Gasser ever caught? I can't remember. We'll have to ask Carl. What you making? No, this is just a thumbnail for next Friday's show. I get what you mean, Nick. I have one program that I love the built brushes on, but it freaks out over 5 layers. And you guys have to understand, this is the first computer I've ever had that was of any quality. Almost a gray wolf, but Chubby Koepp was chasing him, gassed out. Oh. Okay. And we've done that. We can export the single layer, so I have it for Friday set up. That's ping. Okay. File. Oh, I need to do one more thing. Because this will make people ask, what the heck is going on? Go text. Red, because I usually do. Never mind. I sometimes, because I can't feel my fingertips the way I used to, I can't tell if I fully push down the keys. That's why I have to have like big clunky keys. That works. I'll drop down so it stays put. And export single layer PNG. NTF 120 or 119, sorry, 119. 24. And now I'm set. But since you guys have been really good and you've been really nice, I'll give you the preview to the cover of Paints and Hellfire. I think I will, yes. Let me go here. We're going to close that. We're going to say, not save because I don't care about that. That is my cover for Hanson Hellfire. That is a art piece that was put together by my parents, actually. Made from a deer my dad had to put down because the ranger couldn't make it go. So they set that up. Isn't that cool? Anyway, yeah, I wanted to give you guys a treat with it being the end of the show and offset that for Monday because Monday I have a fairly emergency-based dental appointment and we'll see. But let's see. Let's check the chat and make sure I haven't missed. Blade says, I have almost nothing to add to this conversation because the most art I've done is designing logos or heraldry for friends. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't know something, you ask questions. And Miss Saren says, that sounds fun though, Thesis. I like to art, but I'm too hard on my own stuff to put out. Put it out. It will get better. Go to my, you know what, here. Look, that was a typo. Come on. All right, enter. Go to my EA, and you can look at my art. Go all the way to the old one. The very first picture I did, which was one of my best ever, was an inked picture called Anime Green, because the only pen I could find was a green pen at the time. But it can be, Sarah, depending on how demanding the other person is. That's true. I'm usually hard on my own stuff, but it doesn't last more than 4 hours. You're really talented, Johnny. I have to find my style still. If you draw, and just get a sketchbook and don't do finished artwork. Don't worry about finished art. Worry about just sketching and finding the shapes you like to use and the things you like to draw, and play with it. And I mean that literally. If you play, if you are having fun, you will literally learn faster and learn better. And let's see. Good. The commercials say you're supposed to call a doctor after 4 hours. And then my links. But still fun to use after 4 hours. Well, you know, stamina is a thing. Now, pause this real quick because we don't need that. I do want to remind everyone, Indie Creator Con is coming up in Fowler, Indiana. Be there or be square. If you're not coming as a vendor, come as a guest. It's free for all attendees. I'm going to keep it open as long as they let me, because that's how I do conventions. And if it's going to be my convention, I dang well, want to be first one in, up, and ready to go. And then last one out the door. It's just how I am. So please consider that. There's a event on Facebook. Other ways to get into it. I'm going to run some ads because I'm way behind on ads, which happens on my art days. But let's see. Who needs an ad? I know who needs an ad. Mike Jimmy Lorsher DeBron's an incredible artist. He's an incredible creator. Life on Korra is a phenomenal pop project. And frankly, that man's got a little girl who's so adorable now. Aurora is just a sweet little angel, and you should be supporting them. Some other folks you should support include, and I realize I don't have a Luke Stone video in here. I don't have a Nerd Bacon short. Anyway.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Guys, I'm going to try to have something for you pre-recorded for Monday. Maybe a drawing session or something where you guys can meet up and chat that I can post during that time for next Monday. I didn't plan to do it, but as you may have noticed, I got the message during the show that I have an opportunity to deal with this whole tooth thing. So let me check the chat real quick. And my paternal grandfather had a large family, but his half siblings were all older than him, and most were dead before my father was born. Dad never knew any of them. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Kind of a bummer thing to end on, but that's okay. Guys, keep creating, keep drawing, keep doing what you love, because as long as you do it, you put in the work, you edit it, you draw it, you can improve it, you can fix it, you make it better, but you cannot edit a blank page. Okay? So get out there and do it. Remember, I love you and you should too, and I will see you Friday for another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Toodles.